Hello and welcome to the F1 24 track guide and Hotlap series. This is a series where I show you guys how to go faster at each circuit, how to tackle the corners at all of the 24 circuits on the F1 2024 game. Today we go to one of two of Ferrari's home tracks, the Autodromo Internazionale, Enzo and Dino Ferrari in Emilia. One track that is bound to not be on the calendar for too much longer, but I hope that is not the case. I'll take you guys for a slow lap around this track, and then the push lap will be at the end. Alright, Emilia, a track that's been revised and that was brought back to the calendar in 2020 in the revised year. A track that once upon a time you were going left out of here through the chicane, and that would be the old start finish straight, and this would have been where the garages were, but now that doesn't even get used nowadays. So now it's just a whole straight run. I don't know what this extra grid is for, but either way, it's probably used for some other categories. There's no start finish line there though, so I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, down towards the Tamburello chicane. Braking point is as you get to the 100 metre, so just before you get to the curbing. Definitely brake before the 100 metre board during the race. Very hard on the brakes. Get on top of the curb on the outside to try and open up the chicane as much as you can. And as the curb disappears, it's a good turning point. But you're carrying so much speed into here. During the race, it won't be so bad. So you can definitely use a lot of the curbing. The sausage curbs, these big yellow ones here at turn 3, won't really trouble you that much at all, especially when you're carrying so much speed through here. You'll barely even notice that that they're there. Don't venture too far right to the outside, and then turn number 4, just kiss the apex and then work your way towards the outside. So it's a somewhat pretty fast racetrack, to be perfectly honest, in my opinion anyways. Now down to Villeneuve chicane. Again, you're braking you're almost lifting at this point, so once again get onto the outside curb to open up Villeneuve as much as you can. And once again, as the curb disappears on the right is a good turning point. Turn in pretty sharply, take a little bit, or go over the curb a little bit, but definitely not as much as Sonoda did during qualifying, if you guys missed that. And then just stick to the left to open up turn number 6, the other part of Villeneuve. Again, you can use quite a bit of the curbing. The sausage curb won't worry you too much. But then right here, this is where you can get caught out on track limits. So you probably think you can use all of them and get right out onto the gravel, but you can't. You're going to get caught out for track limits. So keep a width of your tyre within the white line and you will be absolutely fine. This track is renowned for catching drivers out on track limits. This is actually probably, in my opinion, it's one of the easiest tracks to get caught out on track limits. Now this little road to the right here, that little escape road, once you get to the end of that, is a good braking point for Tosa. You're definitely braking before the 50 metre board, so use that escape road as a bit of a landmark for your braking point. And then sort of turn in as late as you possibly can. You're going to be in about 3rd gear for Tosa. Hug the inside line. And then once again, this is another corner where you can get caught up at track limits if you really get too cute and open up your steering wheel too early. And then coming out of Tosa, pretty short run, just the one DRS straight this track layout. There's not really a whole lot of time for you to rest. You got to be on your game the whole time. Short braking distance for a Piratella, I think this corner is. Braking point is at the 50 metre board. Somewhat hard, but then very hard, but then ease off the whole way. Kiss your apex on the inside, and then here another corner you can get caught out for track limits. Don't venture too far wide. Now, at the time of this recording, at the time of this video being recorded, I haven't seen anything of Emilia in the 25 game so far, and that's being released in the next couple of weeks. So I haven't done any F1 25 gameplay at the time of this video being recorded, just so you guys know. So I don't know what changes are going to be made for Emilia, because Emilia was one of the 5 tracks, I think, that was being scanned to be updated. Acqua Minerale coming up now. So get around that kink, and then stamp your foot on the brakes, and then really pull the car up as quickly as you possibly can. Use the outside curbing to open up the first part of Acqua Minerale as easy as you can. Again, those sausage curves won't worry you too much, but at the exit it's very easy to overshoot and go over the white lines here. Sometimes you think you're not, but in reality, if you get your lap time deleted, or if you exceed track limits, you'll know that on the top of your screen it will say that you've got an invalid lap time and your lap time will not count. So from Tosa to Acqua Minerale, that is your second sector. And then coming up to the Viale Alta, braking point is before the 50 meter board, but just as you get to the curbing. Once again, this is another one where you can use a bit of the outside curbs to help open up the first part of Viale Alta. So again, you can really throw the car over the first part of the curb, but then don't take a whole lot more. Again, that's another one you can get caught out for track limits, both across both turns and on exit as well. So like I said before, this is literally one of the easiest tracks you can get caught out on track limits. It's so hard to be really consistent. But like I said a minute ago, I haven't done any F1 25 gameplay at the time of this video being recorded. So I don't know what kind of changes are being made, or if the changes really reflect on the F1 25 according to the real life. I have heard that is the case. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that is going to be true. Into Ravazza now. Braking point is basically when you get around that back kink there, get the car straight, and then you're braking definitely before the 100 meter board. Brake before the 100 meter board. Somewhat of a heavy braking zone. Again, get on top of the curb, ride the curb on the outside, and then turn in pretty sharply and use a bit of that inside curb. It won't phase you too much, but then this is where you can really ruin your lap time by really venturing over to the far outside and exceeding track limits and losing your lap time, as I did just then, even though I'm not even improving on my lap time. And then turn in for the final part of Ravazza. Again, those sausage curves won't bother you too much. And then another corner where you can really destroy your lap if you go too far wide at the exits of Ravazza. If you get a clean one out of there, it's a short run to the finish line. DRS open for about a second as you finish your lap. And that is your guide of the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix circuit. So a nice technical track, one that's definitely going to catch you out on track limits if you're not careful. So that was the track guide of this famous circuit. I really hope it doesn't go or disappear from the calendar, but the likelihood of it is very likely. So that was the guide. Time now for the very fast hot lap. And that was your hot lap of the Emilia GP circuit. If that helped you guys wanting to get faster off this circuit, then be sure to stick around for more F1 track guide and hot lap videos, which there are 2 more to come, Monaco and Canada, that are still yet to be completed. But don't worry, once they're done, I'll be focusing more on F1 25 career mode soon after I can finish F1 24 driver career, if that ever gets done at all. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel if you are indeed new to see plenty more F1 gaming content. Until the next one, I'll be seeing you guys again very, very soon.